Today we dive into 3 heartbreaking betrayals, each a raw slice of reality that cuts deep and forces us to confront painful truths. From a cabin discovery that turned a romantic getaway into a nightmare, to a hidden email chain exposing a year-long emotional affair, and finally a grocery list clue that revealed a secret double life. These stories are not just gossip, they're testimonies of people who had to rebuild themselves after the ground fell away. Stay with me as we unpack the details, the signs that were missed, and the paths toward healing. I was standing in the cabin bathroom, steam curling around me, when his phone vibrated non-stop on the counter. The screen flashed a name I'd never seen, Work Logistics. Curiosity overrode my usual restraint. I swiped through the messages. 2 years of intimate, longing texts poured out, each line a dagger confirming secret trips disguised as business. My heart slammed against my ribs as the realization hit. The romantic getaway we'd planned for our 10th anniversary was a cover for his second life. I froze, phone trembling in my hand, feeling the world tilt on its axis as the truth settled like ice. We had built what friends called the golden couple. 10 years of marriage, a mortgage, 2 children, and countless shared vacations painted a picture of stability. He was the dependable provider, always punctual, always supportive, and I trusted him with every secret. Our routines were comforting: morning coffee together, bedtime conversations, and annual trips that marked each milestone. I believed our bond was unbreakable, a fortress against the world's chaos. That belief made the betrayal feel like the ground itself had shifted beneath my feet, turning love into an unfamiliar, cold void that I struggled to comprehend. The first cracks appeared as subtle as dust. He began taking work trips every quarter, always vague about destinations, and his phone would light up with notifications he dismissed quickly. I noticed a new scent lingering in the house, an expensive perfume I'd never bought. He grew defensive when I asked about his schedule, and his laughter sounded rehearsed. Yet I convinced myself it was stress, not suspicion, brushing away the uneasy feeling that something vital was slipping through our once-perfect partnership. Those tiny red flags blended into the background, unnoticed until the moment of truth exploded. When he stepped out of the shower, I handed him the phone without a word, asking calmly if the logistics were handled. Terror washed over his face, the most honest expression I'd ever seen. He sobbed, begged for forgiveness, and promised endless apologies. I booked the flight home, watched the clouds drift by, and filed for divorce the moment the plane touched down. Now I stay with my sister, rebuilding my life piece by piece, learning to trust my own instincts again. Each day I grow stronger, knowing I chose freedom over a fabricated forever, and that choice fuels my new beginning. Our next betrayal unfolded not in a cabin, but through a hidden email thread that revealed a year-long emotional affair. The discovery was unexpected, buried in a shared cloud folder that was meant for mundane documents. What we'll explore next is how a simple click can peel back layers of deception, exposing the quiet lies that can destroy a future you thought was secure. Stay tuned as we walk through the details, the silent warnings, and the ultimate decision to walk away. I was scrolling through a shared cloud folder, expecting grocery lists, when a subfolder titled Escapes caught my eye. Inside were dozens of photos, us holding hands in parking lots, laughing at sunset, captions that read "My secret escape." The faces weren't mine, they were my fiancé and a young intern he'd mentored. My stomach dropped as I realized those images weren't just friendly snapshots, they were intimate moments he'd hidden from me while planning our wedding. The realization crashed over me like cold water, shattering the future I'd imagined and leaving me gasping for air. We'd been together 4 years, bound by shared dreams of a small ceremony and a life built on mutual respect. He was a senior manager, charismatic and ambitious, and I admired his drive. I helped him choose colors, flowers, and even drafted his vows, feeling like his partner in every step. Our friends saw us as the perfect couple, supportive, loving, and ready to merge families. I trusted his professional integrity, believing his mentorship of the intern was purely work-related. That trust made the later betrayal cut deeper, turning every cherished memory into a painful echo that lingered long after. He started coming home smelling of a perfume I didn't own, a subtle floral note that lingered on his jacket. Late nights became routine. He'd claim overtime, yet his laptop screen glowed with unfamiliar chats. I noticed his calendar filled with project meetings that never appeared on our shared schedule. When I asked, he brushed it off as team building. The more I probed, the tighter his answers grew, as if he were building walls around a secret garden I wasn't allowed to see, and each vague excuse added weight to my growing dread. I confronted him with the folder, holding up the screenshots like evidence. He tried to gaslight me, insisting it was just friendship, but the photos spoke louder than his words. I called off the wedding, cancelled the venue, and sent the dress back, feeling each step sever the illusion of our future. I blocked him on every platform, reclaimed my calendar, and moved into a friend's apartment. Weeks later, I found peace in planning my own life, no longer waiting for his approval. My heart aches, but I'm finally breathing freely, rebuilding on my own terms. Our final tale uncovers how a simple grocery list app exposed a secret stay-away that tore a 6-year marriage apart. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary tools can become into hidden worlds. In the next segment, we'll follow the moment the mundane became a catalyst for truth, and how confronting that truth reshaped a life once thought steady. I opened our shared grocery app on Tuesday, expecting to add milk, when I saw recurring purchases of pricey wine and gourmet chocolates I'd never tasted. Below them, a single hotel charge appeared for a city we'd never visited. My pulse quickened, and a cold dread settled in my stomach. I drove to the address, heart pounding, and found my partner checking in at the desk, smiling with another man. The lobby's fluorescent lights illuminated a reality I'd refused to see. The relationship I thought was stable was already a convenient arrangement built on lies. We had lived together 6 years, sharing everything from bills to a digital grocery list, believing we were partners in every sense. Our home felt like a sanctuary, filled with familiar routines, Saturday brunches, movie nights, and quiet evenings cooking side by side. We both worked demanding jobs, and I trusted his late-night calls as project deadlines. Friends described us as the steady, reliable couple who never argued. That image made the betrayal cut deeper, because I had built my identity around our shared life, assuming we were inseparable, and the cracks suddenly seemed insurmountable. The first clue was the sudden disappearance of my favorite wine, replaced by unopened bottles I never bought. Then the grocery app logged purchases for gourmet chocolates that never appeared in our pantry. I brushed it off as a delivery mix-up until I noticed a hotel reservation under his name for a weekend we had no plans. The receipt was emailed to his work account, hidden among project files. Each anomaly felt like a whisper, urging me to look deeper, but I kept convincing myself it was coincidence, until the evidence could no longer be ignored. I confronted my partner in the hotel lobby, voice shaking, demanding answers. He admitted the relationship had become easier than our marriage, saying he outgrew us but feared breaking the lease. I walked out, packed his bags, and left the room empty. The next day I moved into a friend's spare bedroom, began therapy, and deleted the shared app forever. Months later, I'm rebuilding my finances and my sense of self, grateful for the painful clarity. The betrayal taught me that love must be chosen, not tolerated, and that I can thrive on my own. Remember, you deserve honesty and respect. Healing takes time, but each sunrise brings new strength. Share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more real stories of survival. You are not alone, and together we find the courage to move forward, rebuild, and reclaim the lives that were once hidden in shadows.